We have a new kingdom, Vulpacea, so I'm going to be going over the weekly preview, the weekly guide for the week of February 20th, 2023. So Soulforge, Journey, the new kingdom, everything going on this week. So let's get into it by going straight to the Soulforge. Also, I did the Kingdom Quest already, just to check it out and let y'all know. The quest is alright. It's better than usual. The new comic style is nice. The quest line, like the writing for it, wasn't too bad, and but it's still like eh. So just you got something you got to do anyway. So you can either skip straight through it or not. Like either way, you're not really missing too much. But we'll talk about more about that in a minute. All right, what do we got in the Soulforge? The Sparkinator, Kalika. Talking about mythics right now. Undyne. And Ferris Ra. So, let's see here. What would be the top? Ah, man. Nothing too good here, y'all. So this would be a Soulforge as far as mythics go, where you're just kind of picking up things that you don't have already, possibly. Maybe Ferris Ra is the top pick, which is very hard to be lately as a Ferris Ra. If you saw my video the other day about gold farming, soul farming's pretty much the same. The only people that really need to make a specific soul farming team are people that like work all weekend and can't do vault events anymore, or you just somehow missed all the vault events. Like that's the only reason you would ever need to soul farm these days. I have 10 million souls that I don't know what to do with. I've done 2 new account playthroughs where I didn't need souls so bad that I was begging for a Ferris Ra. Maybe if you're going for a Dawnbringer, but you can still get that through the vault way easier. So just play the vault correctly, and you really don't need Ferris Ra. Rowan or Ironhawks. Explore 1, go crazy. Nomapaloozas, Pity Keys, Vault Keys, that'll get you the souls. But Ferris Ra, probably still the best one here this week, just because all the rest of them are pretty bad. 24 blue, brown, purple, Keytar, Divine Undead. Transform yellow gems to purple, deal damage to an enemy boosted by my souls, give 20 souls. Has that Necromaster. If you're going to soul farm, it is the best soul farming troop in the game, and you should have it on your team. Second, we got Undyne, Kalika, and Sparkinator. Sparkinator, not a big, I don't like it. Kalika, don't really like it. And Undyne, he might be the second best just because he's actually useful for a defend team. 20 green, blue, red, Merlantis, Divine, Merfolk. Deal damage to an enemy and the next enemy below, boosted by Merfolk and Submerged allies. Submerge blue allies, silence blue enemies. So your blue defend on Guild Wars, it would be okay for that, silencing blue enemies. Submerge myself at the start of every turn. He's way down though. He's like mid. He's like C tier, maybe C minus. So it jumps from like a B tier with Ferris Ra down to a C minus with Undyne, and now we have number 3 and 4, which are probably both around C tier as well. Kalika and Sparkinator, pretty low, like below average type of mythics. Alright, legendaries. I already see a good one. Shegra's pretty good, and I think it got a buff recently, and it's even better than it used to be. Still not like a top legendary or anything, but got better. Queen Titania is a top legendary. We got Willow. Anything else here? What do we got? What's the other one? Let's locate them all first of all. Willow, Queen Titania, Spooky Imp, and Shegra. So, Queen Titania is definitely number 1, and it's better than all the mythics that are there. So, 3 years ago, maybe, Ferris Ra would be a higher priority than Queen Titania, most likely, but these days, I would say Queen Titania is a higher priority than Ferris Ra. 16 red, purple, Bright Forest, Fey, Mystic. Deal damage to all enemies boosted by red enemies and allies. If there are 13 or more red gems, gain an extra turn. So she's really good with Yao Gui. She hits really hard, she fairy fires, and she gets an extra turn if there's 13 or more red gems. So, freaking awesome troop. Really good legendary. One of the best teams with no mythic on it. Yao Gui, Queen Titania. Second would be Shegra, who got that little buff. It's pretty decent these days. I mean, it's usable. It went from being one of the best troops in the game to most people not using it at all because it got like a nerf or whatever, or like there's just better troops that came into the game. And then now it's like kind of back to semi-usable. 14 red, brown, broken spire, elemental dragon. Create 7 red gems, then convert all red gems to skulls. Burn a random enemy and matching red gems. Deal double skull damage versus burning enemies. I can't remember exactly why. I mean, it is an elemental and a dragon. You can 50% start. I think it's just like the combinations you can put with it. Something else like got a buff, and it goes really good with it, and then you can put them together and just make an awesome team. I can't remember exactly what it was though. So it's whenever we had the Broken Spire rework that I think I made the team with the Shagra where it was pretty good. Spooky Imp is deal scatter damage to all enemies and either transform a random enemy into a wraith or all allies gain 3 magic. You don't really want to be transforming an enemy into a wraith. That's just cruising for a bruising. Destroy a row, deal damage to all enemies, boosted by brown gems destroyed. So 2 that aren't terrible, but just not great. Queen Titania, definitely the top pick this week, followed by probably Ferris Ra and Shagra. Alright, any good weapons? I don't think so, because we went over this in the spoiler video. Check out my spoiler video, by the way, and my gold farming video. Both of those out recently. I'll probably link one of them at the end of the... I'll probably link my Journey Team video. That's the one you really need to watch, the Journey Team video, or the gold farming video. Please, I'd really appreciate it. Hit the like, leave a comment. Got Skulking Shot, but this is available in the Journey event, so make sure you don't get it here. Bunch of Cursebreaker weapons. As you can see, I got all those now, finally. Everything else is always here, so there's really nothing. There's one weapon here, and you should not get it because you can get it through the event, the Journey event. But it does damage to an enemy boosted by green allies and Wargear allies. Not one that's going to be typically used. You want to have some gem spawn with that, or you want an explodey weapon that gives a bunch of buffs and summons. That's not one of those, so it's not very good. Unless it has like an extra turn on it or something that I'm not thinking about. But yeah, so Queen Titania, definitely the best thing in there, followed by Ferris Ra and Shagra. Alright, let's go check out the Journey event. So Journey, you're going to want to, you have to use the Pathfinder. I mean, you don't have to do anything. I mean, you could go use a quirky gold farming or soul farming team if you want to. But if you want to, like, get the most points, make sure you use a Pathfinder. So you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. But make sure you use the Pathfinder if you want to, like, get points. Go into the shop, and I bought up to tier 4. I bought up to the weapon, like, almost always. If you're going to do an event and there's a weapon there, you almost always want to buy up to the weapon at least. I went even one step further because I wanted multiple Todd Greenwoods, because he is just like Chalcedony, just like Secret Darkwood. He's the next one of those, so you need multiples. You don't need multiples, but it's nice to have 2 of them just in case you miss. So I made sure I got at least 2 of them, and then I used like an orb on the other one. So I went up a little bit there. What kind of rewards do we get for this event? Some deeds. Like, this is some good stuff here. We got deeds and stuff like that, which are hard to get. And, yeah, that troop is just really good. So, buy up to the weapon. Make sure you get the troop fully ascended, fully traded, and everything. It's really, really good. And go check out my video, my team video. I got a low-level team and a high-level team. Just pick the higher miles, by the way, in the Journey. You can do whatever you want, though, honestly. Be fine. Alright, let's go wrap back around. Alright, Vulpacea. New kingdom is available. New troops are in chests, and new quests are available. So the event key drop table is very small. There's only like 4 troops in there, so you might want to kind of like not do it right away and kind of do your kingdom pass, because you're going to get them through that. But you may need more copies to like fully ascend or something, so that's all up to you. But I wouldn't like go hard at it today or anything. There's only like 4 troops in there. There's 0 mythics. There's 0 mythics in the drop table, so pretty big waste of event keys. Unless you're super duper high level and you just want to hurry up and get them fully ascended for some reason. The Duel and the Crown, new ultra rare troop duelist. Get this troop with glory from the rewards tab of the shop. Kingdom Pass. The Kingdom Pass has started. Defeat the Kingdom Battle Crashers and unlock rewards. So yeah, the Kingdom Pass is another thing going on. So the new kingdom has appeared on the map. You have to buy it with gold. You do the Kingdom Quest. You get a new banner. Then you got the Kingdom Pass where we get 10 crowns per day. You want to do Explore difficulty 1 and get your crowns. Or you do your PvP and get some crowns. Like if you're doing your PvP to tier 1 each week, do that first and get your crowns until you get that to tier 1 and then go to Explore 1 and do the rest of them there for the rest of the week. We might talk about that a little bit more here in a sec. Journey, of course, we went over that. Build a team around a troop type Wargear. Window of Spirits for 48 more days. We got Week of Vulpacea. All Vulpacea troops gain 10% to skills. Week of Wargear. All Wargear gain 10% to their skills. And bonus glory, use the duelist in PvP to gain 5 glory. Alright, let's check out the glory shop, speaking of glory. Get our Spoils of War. Always a good buy. Weekly event. Duelist. Alright. So we want to buy this one all the way up. Wow, that was easy. Alright, so we got Arcane Beast trait stones here. We got this troop here, Duelist, 12 red, green, Vulpacea Wargear. Choose one. Deal 35 damage to an enemy boosted by their attack, or deal 35 damage to an enemy boosted by their armor. So this is the new mechanic in the game where you get to choose between 2 spells. When you get full mana, you get to choose. I haven't actually used it yet, but I'm excited to see it. Look at that fox on that sword, by the way. Is that sword going up his butt and going out his mouth? What the heck there? Anyway, so you get to choose here. So like with this troop, for example, you'd probably choose the armor one for the first hit, and then you would choose the attack one for the second hit, because you're going to knock their armor off, and now you won't hit as hard. The boost ratio. So you'd use their armor one first, and then their attack one, if you're going to like hit the same troop. So it's cool to have the choice. We got a new trait here, Fox Cunning. Start battles with 25% mana. That's kind of dookie. I mean, doesn't an Anu medal start you with like 20%? Like that's barely above an Anu medal. Like when would you ever want an extra 5%? That's a pretty bad new trait. Kind of a waste of a slot. But this guy's cool just to get and try out the new mechanic. Really, he's not good for anything else, but you know, be fun to use the new mechanic real fast. Okay, Arcane Beast trait stones. We got green and red trait stones. Let's go check that out and see what troops you can fully trait with that trait stone that you can buy a bunch of right now with glory. So red and green. Green, red, all colors. Base rarity. Let's do show all. In case I'm missing something. Diamantina. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna start calling it Vulpacea. I think it's wolves, it's foxes, it's Wargear. Like they're kind of like dogs. So I'm guessing it's Vulpacea, like a pack of dogs or wolves. So I'm gonna start trying to say that. I've been saying Vulpacea, but because that's how it looks. But Vulpacea is probably right. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. How do you say Vulpacea? All right, we got Champion of Guard, Dracula. Do we have anything that has good traits? Mithrilion has okay traits. Reflects 75% of skull damage. Reduce damage from spells by 50%. Let's see here. Lord of Slaughter. Savage Strike. Plus he's a Wargear. So he's got extra stats this week. He's probably good with the new troop. The new Journey troop. We got Tina, who also just has really good traits. Nothing like crazy, but got Rat Swarm here. Omen of Nature. We got King Oberon with that 50% start for Fae, which is good for Rowan sometimes. Let's see here. Got Yao Gui there. Anything else that's super duper important? Red and green. Throne Spider's empowered. I don't even have that thing fully traded yet. I should probably do that. You got your Egg Thief, which, you know, it's got stealthy and agile, and greedy, and you probably want to do that. Egg Thief. There really isn't too much here. I mean, if Lord of Slaughter uses this trait stone, it's probably the most important one, followed by like King Oberon and then your egg thief and stuff like that. So not super important, but just check it out. Maybe you need the spider throne, maybe you need egg thief, I don't know. But not one of the most important stones I've ever seen. Okay, so let's go check out everything else that's going on. Alright, so today you're mostly going to be doing your journey event. I've heard a lot of people saying they're going to wait till Friday. The only problem with that is it is a guild event. So is everybody in your guild waiting? I would kind of, want to know that before I decided whether I was going to wait till Friday or not, because if nobody else is waiting till Friday, then you're not going to score any points. You're going to be all the way on the bottom, and then you're going to look a type of way. Then when it comes to Friday, if you play the journey, even though your guild's already done, you're kind of wasting your time, and it's not a good usage of time. So waiting for the class, like if your whole guild is doing it, like that's cool, but make sure you're not the only one doing it, and then like they're done on Friday, and then like you get 0 points, because you're not going to waste your time on an event that's already done, right? So I don't know, just check with your guild on that one. I think it's a good idea if everybody's doing it, but if only you are doing it and everybody else doesn't have that good idea, then yeah, I might not wait and just go with one of my teams for my video, which doesn't use the class. It doesn't come out until Friday. Alright, anyway, so we got Journey today, we got Campaign today, and you're going to want to get your Kingdom Crowns as well today. Free to play, it's not like as tight of a restriction. You don't have to get 10 crowns every single day. I think it averages out to like 7 a day or something like that. It's not like you can skip days. You can do days where you only go like 5. But, starting out, I like to get 10 a day just because it's a new thing. You're going for new troops. You're going for new weapons. So Kingdom Pass, I would start hot and heavy, and then you can kind of trail off if you're free to play. If you pay for it, though, I think it's like $8. I thought it was 5, but it's actually like 8, I think. And you probably want to go hard every day and get 10 crowns and get your money's worth. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I think we have Fire Rift because we don't have the new faction yet. The new faction comes out next week for the next weekend. This weekend's class event. Next weekend will be the new class, or the new faction, sorry. Court of Foxes. Wednesday, we have this little new pet, Toddy, something Toddy, McToddy, or something like that. O'Doyle Rules. I don't know why I said that. But Thursday, we got nothing. We have nothing on Thursday at all. So Thursday, you're just going to be jumping on, doing your dungeon, your adventure board, your crowns, maybe finishing up Journey event. Because Friday, we have the class event. The new class, I forget what it's called. I think Spirit Caller or something like that. And it's a Wargear typing. And hopefully it's got a green storm and everything. It has a decent weapon. Yeah, so the new class looks decent. And we've needed a Wargear typing class for a long time, so it's well overdue. And yeah, the class event will be Friday. It's a 3-day class event, so you kind of want to go a little bit harder than you normally would for like a Thursday class event, because nobody has any experience in it. And you can get a bunch of experience this weekend and just go for all rewards. Instead of doing just your free sigils, go ahead and like buy up a little bit, like at least two slots, like enchant and explode potion. At least do that, and then use your free turns too, and like go as far as you can, I would say. Getting to a lot of people are going to get it to 100, so. But yeah, that is what's going on this week. So of course, I'll have the faction video for you tomorrow. I'll have a live stream Wednesday going over all this new stuff at 10:30 a.m. EST. Gems of War live stream. Come support it, because, And then Thursday, there's like nothing, so I'll just put out something. And then Friday, we'll be doing the class event. I'll have that video super early for you. All right, let's check out this Kingdom Pass. Come on, get up there. Alright, so today, don't get tricked into thinking you didn't get all your crowns or whatever, or you got extra crowns. Sometimes people think they got extra crowns on the first day. I see at least one person comment or post that every single time we have a new Kingdom Pass. But you get the first one for free. I haven't done any crowns yet. Bang, you get the first one for free. So you did not get 15 crowns today. You can only get 10, and you're going to get these 2 next. So, to get crowns, it's a Battle Crasher thing. It's kind of like RNG. It only appears in Explore and in PvP. So, like I said earlier, get your PvP to Tier 1. Whether that means you're going to do 5 tiers a day, or you're going to do them all today, or whatever. Just get it to Tier 1 and get your crowns that way first, and then go to Explore 1 and finish off the rest, like the rest of the week. So like let's say today you get like to tier 1 in PvP, you get your 10 crowns while you're doing that. Tomorrow you would go to Explore 1 with like a Rowan team or whatever you use to level up classes. And just do Explore 1 over and over and over, get your 10 crowns. The first 5 are going to be super easy to get. The second 5 are kind of a little bit harder, and the very last one is like harder than even the second 5. So don't get discouraged if you only have 9. Just keep track, keep very good track. Try to end on an even number here, like at least 5 or 10. Don't end on like a 2 or a 3 or a weird number, because then you're going to be confused the next day, and you'll be like, did I get them all or did I not? Did I start on 2 or did I start on 3? Like, make sure if you're not going to get 10 every day, try to make it an even number like 5, or the next day just know you're going to not get them all, and make it an even number and just don't get them all. It's easiest to keep track by making it either a 5 or a 10 every day. Don't end on 2 or 3 or something. And if you do, just make it even the next day and just skip out on the rest of them. But yeah, we got some, let's see what we got here. So we got Foxite. It's a pet for Vulpacea, green buff pet. Team bonus Vulpacea. Over here on the paid side, we got Finnick Mage, 12 purple green Vulpacea Wargear Mystic. Choose one, give 3 magic to all allies, or deal 50 scatter damage. I don't think that's very good, but another chance to play with the new mechanic. We got more copies of the pet here. We have Finnick Thief, 11 brown purple Vulpacea Wargear Rogue. Choose one, steal 41 gold from the enemy, or steal 41 of a random skill from a random enemy. That's pretty terrible. So far, nothing very exciting, but I think it does get more exciting the further we go down. More copies of Finnick Thief there. More copies of the pet. Finnick Mage. More copies of that. We're getting some writs, we're getting some gems, we're getting some deeds, we're getting some Imperials. Here's a weapon. Foxglove. Choose one, convert all green gems to a chosen color, or explode a gem and create 10 green gems. That sounds really good. I wonder what the perks are. That sounds like a really good weapon. Of course, it's on the paid freaking side. I mean, that's why I always recommend y'all to get the Kingdom Pass if you can. You just get extra loot for doing the same thing I'm doing. So, and this is a good weapon. Convert all green gems to a chosen color. I mean, that's an extra turn right there if you do it right. Or you can explode a gem and create 10 green gems. So if you have like an awesome green storm and there's a ton of green on the board, you'd probably choose the second choice. If you have alignment, you choose the first choice. If you don't have alignment, you would choose the second choice. It's pretty simple there. Just gives you more options. 50 gems, some writs, a vault key, some more gems, some more copies of the pet, some more Finnick Thief, Imperials. We got some more Finnick Thief. Here's our first Finnick Thief on the free side, I think. We got more copies of the pet on the paid side. Paid side gets more Finnick Mage. Paid side gets more pets. Free side gets the Finnick Mage. We got the Wheel of Fortune for the paid side. 6 green, Vulpacea Construct. Remove all gems. So that's everything on the entire board. Gain 10 gold. There's a 7% chance of an extra turn for each green gem on the board. So, you know, that sounds pretty bad. It's kind of interesting, though, that you can remove all the gems on the entire board. Like, if you have a storm going, and maybe you have, like, a bunch of green on the board, like a green storm, and then you cast that, it removes all the gems, and then you have a green storm. Like, you could make the board even more green, and then have, like, every time you cast it, you probably have a better chance at an extra turn. But it still doesn't sound very good, even though... Uh-oh. Alright, more pets. Okay, here's the ultimate prize for the free side. Choose one, deal 42 damage to the last enemy and steal 3 magic, or deal 42 damage to the last enemy and steal 6 mana. That stinks. And here's the ultimate prize for the paid side. So this looked pretty good on paper, but I don't think it's as good as I thought it would be. I really like this third trait here. And I like that it has ice armor. And it has a 25% start. Like, its traits are nice. It's just like the spell. Choose one. Deal 45 true damage to an enemy boosted by blue gems, or deal 45 splash damage to an enemy boosted by blue gems with a ×2 boost ratio. So, if there's, like, let's say there's 10 blue gems on the board, so then you would only get, like, If there's 10 blue gems on the board, you get 20 extra damage. So, yeah, it doesn't look too great now that I know the boost ratio. Like, it looked good until, like, if the boost ratio was higher, it would be better. I don't know. The third trait just looked so good, it kind of made me think it was decent, but it's okay. It's just probably not a new meta or anything. Probably not even a top 10 legendary or nothing, but I don't know. It's the paid side ultimate prize. It does have cool traits, and you probably could make it useful if you wanted to. I just don't like the single target true damage, and then the splash damage is not very heavy. Of course, remember to keep going if you buy the pass, because then you get these rewards down here over and over and over, and that's your incentive to go get 10 crowns every single day and get your money's worth if you buy it. Free side, we just get to be done when we're done here. We don't get these extra things. We don't get to keep going. So when we're done, we're done. We can divide out, you know, whatever by 35 days and figure out how many crowns we actually need to get each day. We don't have to get 10 a day. So yeah, that was the campaign pass. I mean, let's take a look at the kingdom, I guess. Where's it at? Vulpacea. Kingdom info. The fox folk of Vulpacea live close to the spirit world. Okay. There's challenges, of course. These are kind of a waste of time unless you're a very low-level player. Eventually, you're going to have to do them for kingdom power, though, but I would do that when you need to, not early. There's other things you could be doing that are more important at the time. So I need to go get some stuff here. Oh, I gotta level it up. Level up the kingdom right here. That's pretty easy to do. I'm gonna go to like 15 if you can, but most people are probably gonna go to 10 at first, and then I don't know if you have the deeds or not, but 15 is where like a high-level player would have all their kingdoms leveled to. A super high-level player can get probably can't get all of them to. Super high-level player probably has a kingdom here and there to level 20, but definitely not all of them. That's why nobody can beat this game, because you would have to have all your kingdoms to level 20, have every single troop in the game, including the Horde Mimic and Diamantina and everything. It's just almost not possible to beat the entire game. They keep adding new. Like, you can never, like, catch up so much that you beat the game, really. Alright, I think the last thing is campaign, unless I'm forgetting something. Alright, Chiron. Somebody said I'm saying that wrong. Chiron, sorry. Chiron knew of some unrest in the spirit world, but suggested we seek out a hidden kingdom named Vulpacea, where the fox folk lived. They were very close to the spirits. Once again, let me know my logic there on Vulpacea. You know, it's a pack of wolves. Maybe it's just Vulpacea, though. Let me know. Or could be something totally different. It was strange how the trail led back to these fox folk. Alright, so our first task here, I already got Blue Slayer done somehow. Just from playing Journey and maybe doing the quest. Dungeon Lord, win dungeon battles. That shouldn't be too hard. Vulpacea Champion. You just have to just use your, you could just go do, the Journey, probably. Or no, because then you would have to take off the, Persistence and the Wolf Garrick and stuff like that, so. You could just do a team of 4, Todd Greenwoods to do that if you really wanted to. Or you could skip, re-roll it, whatever. I'd say 4 Todd Greenwoods in, the Journey just to kill a few birds with one stone. When Explorer runs in Vulpacea at difficulty 4 or higher. That's borderline, but probably still doable. Like Phoenicia. What are we getting this week? Some Never Calls. A little bit of Dragonite. And then, 5 HP. Also, by the way, the stat that you get for Vulpacea, as we just saw, was Life. So, the crappiest stat, unfortunately. Too bad it's not magic. I think that's everything, y'all. Did I forget anything at all here? I don't think so. Class event this Friday. Tomorrow's Fire Rift. You're doing the Journey. I got the little Journey video. I'll link it right now. I'll link it, I don't know where. Upper left-hand corner. So right now, you should see the video in the upper left-hand corner. Really appreciate if you check it out. Leave a comment. Hit a like. All that stuff. Share the video out, please. I need y'all's help. Please. If you're still listening right now, you're one of my hardcores, and I really appreciate you. I mean, you keep me going. I wouldn't still be doing this, you know, except for the people listening right now, really. So, like, share, subscribe, consider joining, helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.